What is going on, Pokemon fans? Welcome back to Pokémon Draft. My name is JD, and today we're going to do another rendition of What If Wednesday, where we take a Pokemon in Generation 1, modify it somehow, and see if we can make it significantly better. The Pokemon we're playing through today, we played back in March. It's really one of the first Pokemon, actually I think it is the first Pokemon we actually kicked this series off that we're doing now, where we're trying to figure out who the best of every type is, and that Pokemon is Magmar. The Magmar playthrough we did back in March. The first one we did was like over an hour, but the second run, we beat the game in 55 minutes and 23 seconds. Today we're going to try to obliterate this time by using a little bit of common sense and using a better moveset. Before I do that, let's go over the stats of this Pokemon really quick. The stats of this Pokemon are as follows. HP for this Pokemon is 65, Attack's 95, Defense is 57, Special is 85 in Gen 1, and Speed is 93. Now Special, there was no Special Attack or Defense, so it actually goes up in Generation 2. So this is actually a more physical attacker than a special attacker. It's very rare for Fire types to be like that. But here's what we're modifying in this game. We start the game off with Ember, that was it. And we don't get any other moves to level 36. And the reason why we don't get any moves to level 36 is for a simple reason. The way the game was designed in Generation 1, Game Freak made it so that wherever you got the Pokemon is whenever you started leveling up. So whenever we do a playthrough, like this is a series where we're playing through starting out the game at level 5, none of these moves are available. So it does have a move, which is Ember, but Leer, Confuse Ray, none of those other moves are available until later in the game. Now, here's the thing about Game Freak. Game Freak kind of realized their mistake and started doing corrections in Generation 2. So this is how you know they did something wrong when they corrected in Gen 2. So what we're doing today is taking a Generation 2 Magmar. So imagine this. You start up the game, we modify it and start the game off, like maybe using a Game Shark or whatever. And we start off with a Generation 2 Pokemon and then we go immediately trade it into Generation 1. That's the scenario we're picturing today. So that means we are getting Ember, Leer, Smog, and Fire Punch to start the game. Now, Ember is a 40 base power fire move. It's 60 with stab, 100% accurate. It's a decent move. It actually wasn't a horrible move to start the game with. Some fire Pokemon didn't even get a fire move to start the game. Leer is good because you can load the opposite's defense. We don't have a physical move to start the game, but it's good because you can kind of counter bot game with it. Smog is absolutely atrocious. We could have done without it, but it's part of the move set, so I added it. And Fire Punch. Fire Punch is this Pokemon's signature move. In Generation 1, I'm pretty sure this and Hitmonchan are the only two Pokemon that can actually get Fire Punch via level up. Let me rephrase that. A lot of Pokemon can use it, but they don't get it via level up, and there's no TM for it in Generation 1. In Generation 2 there is, which is wonderful because there's a lot of other Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, all those available in Generation 2. However, Magmar starts the game with this. A 75 base power, 100% accurate with stab. You're looking at about a 108 move. This is a very good, very strong move. Actually, more than 108. It's about 112. There we go. I can't add very well. This is a very solid move, and this Pokemon's going to start the game with this. Now, the rest of the moves, I'm not going to go over TM moveset. Are there more different TMs in Generation 2 that Magmar can use? Yeah. Return would be a very good one to add, for example, but we're not going to take the time to do that. I think Fire Punch and Leer and Smog will be just enough to significantly make this Pokemon better, and we're also not going to have Fire Blast via level up. We're going to get it via TM. Nothing else will be modifying with this Pokemon other than its 4 starting moves. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this playthrough. And we're going to start the game off against our rival. As per tradition, we named him. Actually, we didn't name him Lycanthus because I used to use a save file from the first time I played through. We named him, I believe, Dork. And Dork gets a Squirtle. We named our Pokemon Singe. And it's going to be a Cinch to knock out Squirtle with 3 hits. Very good. Knock him out, win. And we're going to move right on to our next battle, which is in the Bug Forest. In the Bug Forest, we would go right for Pidgey, but being under-leveled like that, Pidgey's going to actually outspeed us and do a lot of damage. You could also Sand Attack us to make that battle go very bad. So what we're doing instead is we're going right for Bug Forest. We have the advantage here. And I could go for Ember and maybe save Power Points. There's no point in saving Power Points. So see, that would have been a knockout with Fire Punch. It doesn't make sense. We are also in the medium-fast growth rate. And the goal for this is we're going to beat the original time that we had when we played through back in March. Now, this Pokemon, I like to call this Pokemon, I would name it something different, because there's a YouTuber I like to follow, which I highly recommend. His name's Squidgy. He has great Pokemon Crystal playthroughs, and I'll get back to shouting him out here in a second. We're going to face our rival real quick. Rival's going to come out with a Pidgey. Pidgey's going to go down to 2 Fire Punches, and Fire Punch and an Ember combination. And Fire Punch, even though we don't do a lot of damage, it's still significant. It's about a 4-hit knockout on the Squirtle. Very good. Get the knockout, get the win over our second rival, move back to the Bug Forest. And like I said, Squidgy is a very good YouTuber. He plays a lot of Crystal Pokemon games. He's played through a lot, but now he has a thing called Supermon. I recommend you check him out. But he calls Magmar a bumhead fire duck, so I wish I could change it to that. I don't have enough letters for it. Maybe I could just abbreviate it. But we're in the Million Light Years trainer battle, and we go ahead and we burn Diglett on the first attempt. Very good. Fire Punch is a 2-shot on the Sandshrew. That battle could go really bad. we decided we're just going to heal real quick, give a potion, and go right into our Brock battle. Don't waste any time. Don't need to go heal. We got plenty of power points to get through this battle. Geodude comes out. Now, the reason why we went right into this is we are weak to rock. However, he has no rock moves, and he has low special. So, Fire Punch will do just fine. Now, what we don't want to happen is Bide right there. So, I don't know if we're going to like knock Onix out on the next 2 hits. So, I decided to go for Leer, which is good because the previous battle we had in our original playthrough, we didn't have the option to go for Leer. We just had Ember. So, we'd had to attack into that. I mean, and we had the risk of getting knocked out by Bide. So we beat Brock and move right on to Mount Moon. Now, Mount Moon gives us a couple things to this Pokemon. We are going to add another move really quick, and we're just obliterating what's in our path. Fire Punch really does that. It really makes this Pokemon a lot better. We grab an Ether, but we also grab this. That's Mega Punch. And we go right into our battle against a super duper nerd, protecting his fossils. And now we have Fire Punch and Mega Punch. We have a lot of punches. And we're going to Fire Punch the Voltorb, and we're going to Fire Punch the... we didn't one-shot the Coffin. It's okay. And we're going to get the knockout, get the win, and it moves us right into the next part of the game, which is probably against our rival number 3. We got the Dome Fossil. Oh, hell, the Dome Fossil. I know if I didn't tell you, you're going to ask anyway. Actually, go ahead and ask. Comments great for you, algorithm. Shout out to my guy, my dry bread. And that leads us right into our 3rd rival battle. And we're going to Fire Punch the Pidgeotto. It's going to be a 2-shot. Very good. We just don't want to get Sand Attack there. Very bad. Mega Punch gets the 1-hit knockout on Abra. Now, Mega Punch is kind of a headache, because there's a battle we have later, and the Mega Punch misses like 3 times in a row. For a move that's 80% accurate, it should never miss 3 times in a row like that. But we get the win over Dork, and that moves us right into our next battle, which is probably against... Oh, no. Actually, we're going to showcase something else. So I don't usually grab this move, but I wanted to showcase that we're going to go ahead and knock out this Pokemon. And this Pokemon, we beat this trainer that is a junior trainer, and we're going to go ahead and grab Seismic Toss. Seismic Toss will make the battle against Misty a lot easier. Could we have possibly won with Mega Punch? It is definitely possible. However, it's not probable. It's not very likely that we're going to win. So Staryu has 41 hit points. Seismic Toss does 1 damage for every level we have. So it'll do a total of 46 damage over 2 turns. And we have the same thing going on with Starmie, except it's a 3-hit knockout. We get the win. Pretty easy win over Misty, honestly. It could have been a lot worse. It could have definitely gone south. If we'd gone for Bubble Beam and Crit or something like that. But we get a very easy win over Misty. And we're going to move right on to our next battle. Against that trainer, we Super Sim and grab Body Slam. Body Slam is the next move that's going to progress us through this game. So now we're looking at moveset-wise. We have Fire Punch, Mega Punch, Body Slam, and Seismic Toss. We go ahead and go for Body Slam on the Pidgeotto. It's a 1-shot critical hit. Don't know if it mattered. Body Slam on the Raticate. Very good. Mega Punch. We're going to miss. There's a miss. There's a miss. And there's a miss. 3 misses in a row. We did get Sand Attack, so I don't know why we missed 3 in a row, but just the luck of the draw, I guess. A little bit of RNG in the bad way. And we get the win over our rival. Very easy win. And that moves us right into our next battle, which is against Lieutenant Surge. You'd think being a duck we'd have a weakness here, but we are strictly fire type. And we're going to go right into this battle. We're not even going to mess around. We're going to go for Body Slam on the Voltorb. Don't get the 1-shot. It's okay. We get a 2-shot. Pikachu will be a 1-shot. He's very frail. Very good. And is Raichu a 1-shot? It is not, however. We paralyze him. Don't take any damage back from the Raichu. Knock out Lieutenant Surge and move us right into our next battle in Rock Tunnel. Rock Tunnel, we face Boomer the Hiker. Boomer the Hikers will come out with 3 Pokemon Geodude. Fire Punch on the first Geodude. Critical hit. Don't know if it mattered. It did matter because we don't knock out the second one, and we just don't want to have Self-Destruct on the Grappler. We don't have great defense. Get the win over Boomer the Hiker and move right on to Celadon City. Now in Celadon City, we get some nice type coverage when it comes to upgrading our movesets. We get Psychic, adds to our moveset. We really, actually doesn't really apply to this gym very much, but we're going right into Erica's gym, and we're going to face off against her. Victory Bell is not a 1-shot. That very much surprised me. It's not a 1-shot, but we get the knockout over Victory Bell. We get a 1-shot on Tangela, and I don't think Vileplume's going to be a 1-shot either. However, that just really surprises me. But Fire Punch does get the knockout, 2-hit knockouts across the board, except for the 1-shot on Tangela. That leads us right into our next battle against Giovanni. Giovanni number 1. We usually don't have a great matchup here when it comes to fire Pokemon against him. However, we do have some... See, this is what's crazy. Hold on. I think we're going to... Seismic Toss is a 2-shot. I thought we were going to go for Fire... If the Fire Punch knocked out him in 1 shot, I was going to be a little upset. Because we didn't knock out the Grass types that are weak to it. But, I mean, to be fair, the Grass types do have great special. So we do get the knockout, get the win over Giovanni. And that leads us right into... Oh, I laid an egg. And it leads us right into our 5th battle against our rival in Pokemon Tower. Pokemon Tower is going to come out. Pidgeotto comes out first. We can go for Body Slam on the Pidgeotto. It's going to be a 1-shot critical hit. Don't know if it mattered, but we'll take it. 1-shot on the Growlithe. Very good. Execute comes out. Fire Punch on the Execute. Kadabra comes out. Body Slam on the Kadabra. And Body Slam on the War Turtle. It's going to be a 2-shot. Pretty easy win. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. that leads us right into our next battle, which is against Koga, the gym leader. And Koga's going to come out, and we really don't have a lot of bad things that can go wrong in this, other than maybe, maybe Smoke Screen lowers our accuracy, but one shot with Psychic, and X attack doesn't do nothing. Two shots on the Muck. Coughing, it's one shot, very good. Wheezing, we really just don't want to self-destruct here, but nothing else is really going to be that effective. We get the knockout, get the win over Koga. We barely take any damage at all. I don't think we took any damage in that battle. All that damage came from the previous battle. And that leads us right into our battle against our rival in Silphco. We're saving, and we're going to go right into the battle. He's going to lead out with a Pidgeotto as per tradition, and Pidgeotto's going to come, Pidgeot's going to come out. He's evolved him. And we're going to go for Body Slam on the Pidgeot. It looks like it's going to be about a 2-shot critical hit. Probably mattered there. Body Slam on the Growlithe, critical hit, definitely helped. Fire Punch, very good, critical hit again. We have a lot of critical hits here. Our critical hit rate is only 17.97. We just got like 4 critical hits in a row. That's very rare, about as rare as missing Mega Punch 3 times in a row. But Blastoise comes out. Blastoise in this battle does not have any great water moves. We just got hit by a very critical hit by a bubble, so that could have been really bad for us. We get the win over our 6th rival, and move right into Giovanni number 2. Giovanni number 2, just as easy as Giovanni number 1. We have Psychic moves to take care of his poison types, so Nidorino and Nidoqueen will go down to Psychic. We're going to have a 2-hit knockout on the Kangaskhan. We do burn him, so he doesn't do any damage to us. Rhyhorn comes out, go for Psychic. It's a 2-shot, very good. And like I said, Nidoqueen, it's going to go down to 2 Psychics, and we get the knockout. Very easy win over Giovanni number 2, and he's I'm Batman, and disappear. And we're going to go right into our next battle, which is against Sabrina. Sabrina and her whip. Now, one thing I mentioned earlier is we do have a higher physical attack than special attack, so this is going to be very convenient. That's not too much of a actually it is. That's the speed. So Body Slam on the first Pokemon, Body Slam on the Mr. Mime will be a 2-shot. We do paralyze it. Venomoth comes out. Venomoth is bug type, so Fire Punch is not a 1-shot. That is so surprising. But I'd rather her poison me than stun Spore me. So we'll take that Body Slam, and we're going to get a 3-hit knockout, looks like, on the Alakazam. Get the pretty easy win over Sabrina and her whip, and move right into our next battle against Blaine. Blaine is our 7th gym leader. He comes out with a Growlithe. We're going to go ahead and Mimic Agility off of the Growlithe. 1, 2, and 3. We are badge boosted. Not too much. We're not even over 200 when it comes to our attack stat. But we Body Slam the Growlithe. It's a 1-shot. Body Slam the Ponyta. Critical hit. Don't know if that mattered. We don't critical hit. Knock out the Rapidash. Very good. And Arcanine looks like it's going to be about a 2-shot. It does help us out a little bit by hurting itself with Recoil. We get the win. We level up. And we go into our final gym leader, which is Giovanni number 3. Giovanni. And he's going to lead out with his Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn is a perfect Pokemon that we could set up on, but we don't have to set up. We can just go right for, Psychic. It's going to be a 2-shot. Stomp doesn't do anything. Very good. Doug Trio comes out. We're going to Mimic Dig on the Doug Trio. We don't really need to. We could have gone for other moves, but it's just to be a little bit more safe. These moves are way more effective. And like I said, we do have good physical attack stat, so it would have been more effective there to use Dig. So we have a higher physical attack stat than Special, so we should have stuck with Dig. But we're going to get the knockout on the Nidoking, and we have one more Pokemon left, and that is Rhydon. Rhydon comes out, and we're going to hit Dig twice, knock out the Rhydon, get the win over Giovanni number 3. And that moves us right into our next battle, which is going to be against our rival. Rival number 7, right before the Elite 4. He leads out with a Pidgeot. Pidgeot, we're going to Mimic Agility off the Pidgeot. As per tradition, it's the best strategy to use right here. 1, 2. He can't really do a lot of damage to us anyway. We do have Frail Defense, so he could, eat up some of our health, but he's not going to knock us out. Fire Punch is not a 1-shot. I can't believe that, to be honest with you. And we're going to go for a Psychic on the Rhyhorn. Critical hit. Don't know if that mattered. Growlithe is going to get knocked out by 1 Body Slam. And Execute comes out. Fire Punch should 1-shot it. Very good. Now this is with Alakazam next. Body Slam. It's going to be a 2-shot. We're down to 79 hit points. And now Blastoise comes out. We're going to go for Psychic on the Blastoise. Hydro Pump comes us down to 2 hit points. He should have knocked us out here, but he didn't. We'll take the win, and we'll move right on to the Elite 4. Now we're at the Pokemon League. We're about to head into the Elite 4, but first we're going to look at our stats and our moves real quick before we head in. Stats are as follows: attack 164, defense 119, speed is 162, and special is 153. In the bottom left corner, there's the corresponding badge boost. So this is our stats in battle. Attack's 184, defense 133, speed is 182, and special is 172. So decent stats across the board. Let's see if we can catch our moveset. There we go. Flamethrower, Hyper Beam, Psychic, and Mimic. I got a little complaint here. Why does Flamethrower have 15 power points and Fire Punch also has 15 power points? You'd think there'd be just a little bit more power points with Fire Punch because it's a lesser move. I mean, I mean, I can't really complain. I mean, grass types is really weird. Like, Vine Whip has 10 power points, and Razor Leaf has like 25 or something. So, I don't know. It's quite weird, but we're not really going to change our moveset up for the Elite Four. Maybe Rest is the one move we will change up. We'll use Rest for something. But without further ado, let's dive into the Elite Four. The first member of Elite Four is the Ice-type trainer, which is Lorelei. She's going to lead out with a Dugong Gong Gong, and Dugong Gong Gong is going to come out. And we are not going for setup. We're going right for Hyper Beam. We probably should have gone for something else. Okay, he puts himself to sleep. That's good, and we can get a 2-hit knockout. Very good on the Dugong. Knock it out. Twister comes out next. So we're gone for Flamethrower. It's more powerful, and it's an ice type, so it would have been decently effective. We get the knockout nonetheless. Now we're going to mimic Amnesia, and Amnesia is going to give us the ability to badge boost 1, 2, and 3. Water Gun doesn't really do any damage to us. Now here's the problem we're going to have is 1, we don't get the knockout here, but 2, we also aren't going to lock up the Lapras unless we use the right move. We should have gone for Flamethrower on this next one, not Hyper Beam. Flamethrower would have one-shot because we boosted our special stats, which means Flamethrower, even though we've been resisted, would have done a lot more damage. So we're going to fight this battle again. And we're going to go for Flamethrower from jump, knock out the Dugong. Flamethrower's going to 2-shot the Cloyster. I hate Clamp with a Passion. I hate this move. But we're going to get the knockout nonetheless. We have almost no health left. Slowbro comes out. We're going to do Mimic again. And we're going to Mimic Amnesia, and hopefully he capitulates. And he's going to go for Withdrawal, which is good. I'm okay with Withdrawal because we're not going to use, like I said, we're not going to use a physical damaging move. We're going to do Flamethrower. Very good. Flamethrower is going to one-shot the Jinx. Very good. And is it going to one-shot the Lapras? It does not. Critical hit screwed us there, but it does miss a Hydro Pump, so we got a little bit lucky. We'll take the lucky win and move right on to Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno very much. He is going to be a pretty easy battle, to be honest with you. We have Psychic. He has a lot of fighting-type Pokemon. Flamethrower one-shots the Onix with a critical hit. Probably mattered there. Psychic one-shots the Hitmonchan. Very good. Psychic's going to one-shot the Hitmonlee. Very good. Onix comes out. Psychic on the Onix. Very good. It's not going to be a one-shot on Machamp. He does tank it pretty well. But he always does go for Leer, and we knock him out. Take no damage. Very easy win over Bruno. And then moves us right into our next battle, which is against Agatha. Agatha has the Agatha Lotto. She can poison us, confuse us, put us to sleep, and paralyze us. We're going to go for Psychic from jump, and we're going to get a 2-hit knockout on the Gengar. So, since the first Gengar is gone, I'm pretty confident in how this battle is going to go. We're going to one-shot, or 2-shot the Golbat. Very good. We're not going to one-shot the Haunter. He just goes for heal. That's fine. Because we ding, you're going to one-shot, and Super Potion's not enough to heal up anyway. Arbok goes down to 1 Psychic, and Gengar we crit and knock out the Gengar in 1 go. So Agatha's pretty simple, super easy, barely an inconvenience, and so far the Elite Four has been pretty easy. Lorelei got, a little bit of bad luck against us, but we're going to go ahead and face the Dragon Master Lance. Lance comes out with a Gyarados. Now Gyarados is usually a problem for fire-type Pokemon, because he always goes for Hydro Pump, and he seems to have a higher accuracy check than everyone else I've ever faced. But we're going to go for Mimic here on Agility. We're going to Mimic Agility off of the Dragon Arrow in 2 setups, and we get the knockout. So what we got to do this time is just make sure we are prepared to set up. So we're going to go for Hyper Beam from jump, and we get a crit. So now we don't take any damage from Gyarados, and we're going to go ahead and go for Mimic. And we had Rest. We added Rest to our moveset to heal after we got hit by Gyarados, but I guess it doesn't matter. It always happens that way. When we make a moveset change or a drastic change, it never happens. It happens more in Gen 2, but not so much in Gen 1. So we go for Flamethrower on the Aerodactyl. He does not have a rock move. I keep remembering Generation 2 where he does. So we get the knockout. And Dragonite looks like it's going to be a 2-shot. Very good. Very easy win over Lance whenever we just don't get hit by the first Pokemon, the Gyarados. And that leads us right into the champion fight. So with 2 resets, we're at 45 minutes, or 46 minutes exactly, at level 65. How's this going to play out? Let's see. So first we're going to get Hyper Beam hit on the Pidgeot. It hits us with Hyper Beam. It's got to recharge, so we get a turn to knock it out with Flamethrower. Very good. And we're going to go ahead and Mimic. We're going to Mimic a Psychic off of the Alakazam. Very good. And then we're going to take a Psybeam, and it's okay. Hyper Beam's going to one-shot it. And it's okay. We have a Rest, so what's going to happen is we're going to come out against Rhydon, and we're going to Rest. Now, we haven't Badge Boost yet, so what we can do on Rhydon is if we're resting, he goes for Tail Whip. It does lower our defense, but it does up all of our other stats by 1 stage. So we get hit by 3 Leers. So now our stats are modified pretty well. Not great, but better. Hyper Beam's going to one-shot the Arcanine. We're going to one-shot the Executor, and we level up, which is not what I anticipated. However, we still have a chance to win this battle. And we don't one-shot. He goes for Withdrawal. He helps us out a lot there. If he just went for Hydro Pump, he might have knocked us out. But we do get the win over Dork. And we're going to get our stuff in the Elite Four, and we get our time locked in at 46 minutes and 59 seconds. To compare that with the original playthrough. The original playthrough was over 55 minutes. Not a great time, but this time, 46 minutes, 59 minutes. And I think I could have optimized this even better. So this is just like change the movesets and just go play. That's really what happened with this. So we get 2 resets, and we end the game at level 66. I kind of want to go look back at this real quick. And what do we end the game with? We end the game at level 66 as well. 55 minutes and 23 seconds. So not quite 10 minutes, but just very close to 10 minutes. And let's kind of go look at the tier list real quick. So with this being said, if this was an original official playthrough, and this would have been the moveset for Generation 1, where would that have put Magmar? That would have put Magmar at the sub 50 category, right next to Charizard or right next to Gengar. It was a very good run. It's just barely, by the way. It almost got a sub 45 minute run. It's 46 minutes and some odd seconds. That's what we ended the game with. So this really could have made this Pokemon a lot better. And the reason why I decided to do this playthrough is I was looking up some stuff for future what-ifs. Like we have Electabuzz coming out here soon. And Electabuzz is a Pokemon that in Generation 2 kind of has something similar to this. It starts the game with Thunder Punch. And the thing about Thunder Punch, the thing about Electabuzz in Gen 1 is he only starts the game with like Quick Attack. I think it's Quick Attack and Leer. He doesn't get any electric moves until you beat Lieutenant Surge. So that's significantly going to make Electabuzz better. But that's something coming up in the future. Just want to let you know that. But that's what can happen if you have a good moveset. So like I said, there are a lot of things that I see in Generation 1. I played through a lot of Gen 1 before I even jumped into Gen 2 when it comes to playthroughs. I see movesets modified and fixed. I can just tell that Game Freak knew they screwed up, and they make all those adjustments in Generation 2. Now, some Generation 2 Pokemon are kind of garbage with the way they created their movesets. Like Noctowl is clearly a special attacker, but gets all physical. It just doesn't make sense. I digress. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below about this playthrough, about any other what-if ideas you have for some future playthroughs. There's literally infinite ideas here. I am limited by technology and what I can do, but I'm learning some more coding stuff, so maybe I can do more things like type changes, things like that. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And there's a video coming out on Friday. The video on Friday, just want to let you guys know, the video on Friday, I'm adjusting a little bit. The video on Friday is a playthrough of Pokemon Blue with Jolteon, continuing with our electric type playthrough. Jolteon has a pretty solid playthrough. You're going to enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys on Friday.